Hello everybody, so I'm not a Patriots fan, but it's literally like 2:30 in the morning and I wanted to film this video, so I wore what I found in the basement. So I'm assuming this is my brother's shirt or my dad's shirt because it's literally huge on me, but whatever. Okay, so today I'm going to be talking about my recent experience at Agganis Arena in Boston. And if you could tell from the title of this video, it was not a pleasant one. It was a very unpleasant one. Now, recently, as you might have seen on my Instagram, I went to a Halsey concert, which was amazing, by the way. Halsey is amazing. Love her. She's the best. So, when she announced her concert, I was like, oh, okay, gotta get some tickets for this. And I was like, okay, found a person to go with, Evie. Perfect, let's go. So I went to Ticketmaster, and I was like, okay, it's at Agganis Arena. I've never been, well, I went when I was like 5 to see like Cirque du Soleil with my parents, but I'd never been to like a concert there. I didn't really remember anything from it, so I was like, okay, fresh start, fresh perspective. So I go to Ticketmaster, and for this concert specifically, I was just like, okay, I'm gonna get my tickets from Ticketmaster. I usually get them from other websites because they sell out really quickly on Ticketmaster, but this one hadn't sold out too fast, and there was still some available, and it's always cheaper on Ticketmaster, obviously, because they don't add like huge hidden fees that other places do, like StubHub and Vivid, and you would never have an issue with the tickets maybe being fake. So I go to Ticketmaster and I see that there's 4 sections of general admission, and if you guys don't know what general admission is, it's basically at a concert when you're like just standing. There's no seats, you're just like have to get there. It's like first come, first serve. So I go there and I see that there's 2 sections. Obviously we want the first section as opposed to the second section on the ground because the first section on the floor is closer to the stage. Second floor section is farther from the stage. And I go, and sometimes on Ticketmaster, it'll let you like do a map so you can click on different sections of the arena or the venue, and it allows you to buy them specifically. But for this concert particularly, you couldn't do that. You could just search for the different type of ticket you wanted. And it wasn't letting me search individual floor, it was just doing floor as a whole, even though there are 2 sections on the Ticketmaster website. So I was like, okay, this is weird. So I called Agganis Arena, and basically what they said was, oh, there's like a weird thing on Ticketmaster, but it's basically just gonna be one big section at the Halsey concert. It doesn't matter if you get section 2, which looks farther away from the stage, it's all gonna be one big thing. So you're just gonna, you know, be able to get close if you like show up early. So I was like, oh, perfect. I'm like, thank you. I hang up. And I'm like, oh, that seems good. That seems like they know what they're talking about. So I have my dad get the tickets, and it's for section 2. Like, I can deal. It's just like fine, and it's not that expensive. I think it was only like $60, which is a great deal. And I'm like, okay, it's fine. When we get there, it'll just be one big section. Whatever. So, before we get to that freaking issue, let's get to the issue of getting into the actual arena. So, we are dropped by Evie's parents at the arena around 6:30, and I've never been recently. I know I said I've been, but I hadn't been recently, and I've never been like on my own. It was just like another person who was my age and not the most competent human beings. Teenagers don't always make the best decisions. Stay in school, kids. But yeah, so we see like a bunch of people crowded out around the front, but the doors aren't open yet, and the doors open at 7, so it's fine. We're there at like 6:10, 6:20, I think, so we only have like a little time to wait. And we notice that there's a line forming outside these doors, so we get in the line. And we're like the 5th people in the line because we had noticed it just when it was starting, so we're like, this is great. So then, as it's like 6:55 probably, some person walks by, like, who works there and is like,
guys, this is not the line to get in. The line to get in is way over there.
So they point us where to go. So then we go over there, and it's an even longer line, and we're definitely not 5th in line. We're like 50th. I don't know, but like, it's okay. It's like kind of our fault because there was a large group of people around that area, but we just weren't like over in that area, so we didn't know. So it's fine, we're still gonna get in, and it doesn't open at 7, and I tweeted Agganis Arena, and they're like,
sorry, we're just wrapping up some meet and greets.
That doesn't mean you can't open the freaking arena, like, okay, testing my limits already, like, testing my limits, but whatever. So after waiting like 20 more minutes, we finally get into the arena, late, but whatever, it's fine because we're there. And as we're going through security, they're like, oh, show us your ticket, please. And I'm like, okay. And they're like, ooh, sorry, sir, you're on the floor. I'm like, yeah, I'm aware. I paid money to be on the floor. And at first I thought they were going to say, like, your ticket is fake or something. I had a heart attack. But no, they were like, there's a different line you need to be in, way around the corner, on the other side of the arena entrance. And I'm like, that would have been nice information to just, like, put on the website or put on the little ticket. I had no clue. And when we got there, we were so far behind in the line, and it was so annoying. I was livid. Evie was livid. It was just not a good situation. And, like, I don't know, you don't know the Agganis arena, but it's like, there's like many entrances. It's not like the TD Garden at all, where there's like a south end and north end. There's like many entrances, and there was a huge GA line, general admission line for the floor, which is general admission, and I was so peeved, I couldn't handle it. But after waiting like actually 30 minutes, we literally like entered the building around 7:50. And the show was starting at 8. Now, mind you, Halsey wasn't going on at 8, or else I would have had I would have gone on a shooting spree, and I would have gone to jail, like no joke. And it was just the opening act, but so we were like not even in there, and then we were in there around 7:50, and then let me tell you how much of a freaking nightmare the underground trench we had to go to get to the floor was. It was literally so many crowded people in this, like, it goes from like this nice like arena, like all these walls, all these nice things, to like cracked ceilings and unfinished like walls and just like freaking holes everywhere, and like I feel like I'm going to like an illegal underground rave or something because it's just such a mess. When we're going through these lines, someone says, the security guard, like asking about the floor situation, and they're like, oh, it's just one big section. And I was like, yep, I already knew that because I called. So it just reaffirmed me, it's like, this is great, it's one big section. And then, lo and behold, as we get out onto the floor, literally after probably 20 more minutes and missing like half the opening act, but I didn't care because didn't know the opening act. I get out onto the floor, and I see the people all the way at the front. There's like this huge crowd of people at the front of the stage, and I'm like, yes! Like there's so much space, but like before then, I'm like, this is perfect. And Evie notices that there's a barrier, a freaking barrier. So there is actually section 1 and section 2, unlike I was told. So now I'm actually livid, like more like actually livid than I was before, like actually livid. And, well, I wasn't livid yet because I didn't realize it until I went over, and Evie like tried to stop me. She was like, asking, you're retarded, like notice that there's 2 separate sections. I'm like, no, you're wrong. And then I see it, I see the wall, I see the barricade, if you will, dividing the 2 sections, and I'm just like, what? Like, what? I was told twice over the phone and in person, this arena, that there was going to be one big floor section, and no, there was 2 sections, and we were stuck in the second one. But honestly, like, after I calmed down and I was like fuming and just like on a whole nother level of angry and pissed offiness, I like realized we were still really close. Here's some footage of the concert that you'll see in a later concert vlog.
Tell me goodbye. You say that you're no good for me, 'cause I'm always second at your seat, and I swear I hate you when you leave, but I like it anyway.
Yeah, it was still like a lit experience, and Halsey was amazing, but to Agganis Arena, screw you for mismanaging entirely the line situation outside, lying to me over the phone, or maybe not lying to me, and in person as well, and getting the entire floor thing wrong, causing me to not get as good seats as I thought I could get, and having a less beneficial evening with Halsey. Like, screw you. Like, thank you for making my life harder. But anyways, subscribe to this channel, like this video, comment if you went to the Halsey concert and you had the same experience, because I wouldn't be surprised. Follow me on Instagram at MattManning16. Bye.